Oh, Michael Penix's season is over. Season is over. He tore his ACL. Already put him on injured reserve. Drake London has already been ruled out for next week. Oh man, it's terrible. It's really awful. The rest of the season is gonna suck so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god, we can't even like, not that I believe in tanking, but we can't even realistically tank because we do not have the first pick. Whatever first pick it will go to the Los Angeles Rams. So, best we can do is once draft season comes, we lock in and try to get the next Michael Strahan, the next Mike Singletary, the next Rob Gronkowski, next LaShawn McCoy, somebody who was picked in the second round and was considered one of the greatest of all time. Let's get that in ourselves. So, next week, probably lose to the moribund Saints and continue our quest for 0-6 in the division. And I guess lose every single one of our games. And I guess the rest of the season's gonna suck out loud. And we make it through week 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 7 more weeks of this. Oh my god. It's bad, folks. Penix will be ready for next year. Or are we gonna bring in someone in the late rounds of some other backup reacher at that other backup journeyman that'll give them competition? Probably gonna need to cut Kirk to free up some cap space for that. So, oh man. Injuries to Penix will suck more than the Hawks. Like, it's already 3-7. It's already lost. You never know, but can't quite see it turning around. But we'll see. I'll never give up. I'll keep rooting for this team until it doesn't exist anymore. They'll figure it out. They want to figure it out. They'll figure it out. When that day comes, it is gonna be great. But for now, it just sucks so much. Let us. That is it. That is. Let's move over from Flowery Branch to Rivulet. Because in the middle of the final case, been invited to this party, Chancellor's party. We were able to mediate for the Chancellor, but then her coach, that lady, was thrown off the balcony and died. Now we're investigating not only her body, but see if the party guests saw something. If there are other inadequacies or things we need to look out. So let's begin. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the others and then jog my memory for some stuff. My voice is still but I think I can pull off a character voice or two, so bear with me. Giving any more thought to the internet on their ship's future. I know the Chancellor's advice is convinced. Well, other than a bridge, I've been thinking about how to proceed without a full tangles. Children's work would be a good stuff. I suppose I should begin targeting all around against perhaps even adults. Perhaps some children from school to what an equal measure must be. As such, that's for the government's grant for the patriotic spirit. We're just having to allow give that knowledge I think without I can work with that. The Chancellor seems like a difficult man to please. I suppose Morris would know these sorts of things about his father's character. And it seems Chancellor has made a fair number of enemies this time. Emotions have run high today. In anger against the catalyst. While you were waiting to meet with the Chancellor, what did you occupy yourself with, Mr. Underwood? Oh, Archie assured me that we get to this second. So I knew I didn't have much time to flit about. Waited by the Chancellor's office door. Jack there recognized anyone who seemed out of place. Few small groups of people went upstairs to look at them out. They always came back to the main hall shortly thereafter. There was doctors on the second floor. And I can't recall if I recognized anyone in particular. Not to worry. Why are you and Thornroth up there? Up here. I skipped the bustle of Albert, actually. We are both the introverted sort, as you can imagine. Well, do me a favor and keep an eye on the crowd below. Let me know if anyone seems to be any spoke with never is. I won't mind doing a bit of conspicuous people watching. No one is seemingly out of place in the moment. That reduces the possibility of an intrusion. Have you noticed anything unusual tonight? Any sounds or strange sights? Arguments, perhaps? Anything at all? Should I expect you knocks? It seems like a quiet party. Other guests making threats against the Platinum leadership. Tansaurus asked me to help with security alongside Mars here. Police presence is minimal, as you can see. Ah, yes. That rust dragon at the entrance was suspending anyone for weapons. The police may spoil the mood, I suppose. Yes, the Chancellor's supposed to be royal. Very good police like not here to keep an eye on things. But for you, Mars, you must be a special kid. I must admit I didn't pay much mind to you on the second floor. I didn't come here until after we met with the Chancellor, though. Of course, you have been in Thornroth's presence the entire time, otherwise? Mostly, yes. We visited the buffet table separately after our meetings, but otherwise, we would have no one with ill intent would have a much easier time hanging out. Alright. Concerned about the future of your family and its ties to production in Rivulet. Do you want to discuss it? My family has had generations to diversify and secure its own future. No, my worry lies with your workers and you. But rest assured that I have not given up. If it means mounting a direct resistance to Chancellor's good decrees, then so be it. Just be cautious. A similar situation unfolded at the metaphor estate last week. It did not end well. I'm going to pretend I'm not hearing literal talk of treason within the palace premises. Come now, my friend. I am speaking of the wellness of the citizens of Rivulet, a noble goal that we should all strive. Of course, Mr. Donald. Just be mindful that Nazi and I are both bad players if we love this. I noticed you were first inviting me privately with a Chancellor. What did you do after your meeting with him? I visited the banquet hall first for a drink, but it was too noisy to be here for very long. So I took my wine upstairs. I found a quiet corner and waited for Roy to finish. I kept my hat down to avoid drawing everyone's attention. And taking for a more social treatment, I suppose. For someone in particular, you hope to avoid the social circle. Do not overlap with the governments. I must admit being here is more than a little intimidating. This persists. I would be relieved if I never encountered that loud-mouthed wolf in the banquet hall ever again. That must be Argent Pelash. Was he being a bother? He would say that. He was drunkenly attempting to get my attention. I definitely ignored him, of course. Well, you are safe here. I have a feeling you won't be able to navigate the stairs for some time. Thornroth was upstairs for much of the evening. Whatever happened to laughing the oyster must be carried out silently. Assistant Platinum Star calls you security tonight. Have you noticed anything worrying about the party? Well, it's probably nothing, but I've noticed the kitchen is connected both to the main hall and the bay. The hall and two sections. I must imagine it's the access. Oh man, nice. And it's just a few places away. I see after all the trouble with having a rust dragon searching the catch for these sort of talent objects. Indeed, I can only assume the kitchen is tightly monitored. Or if there's plowing up these centers making progress. Let's get the past for the main one. Usually while on the way to report the dead law. Someone were attempting to conceal a knife. She would like to give the sense of manhood accordingly. Yes, the thought asked. Adios swings to the crowd. The inspections. Someone hiding a weapon. Weapon is returned. Door looks silent. No holes of any sort to be had. It appears the electron lock is not engaged. Indeed, the door was barred from the outside by barrels to prevent access to the Russian truck. Blocking the door from under the break the back and access to the They eventually did not use the door, but to think more creative. Windows are chained to the walls so they can swing partway open. It also swings on the wires of that capsule near the victim's body. They have somehow been used to it, not likely. Windows are chained only open about a third of the way from end to end. Two employees still this window blocks most of one's without people. True. And it appears the chain and the hinge have not been damaged or tampered with. No help with light. Now that capsule in the victim's body could have somehow been used for this window to get the victim. It's certainly awesome. You look into such a way that you have on them. Struck with line of sight about to see. Is how would one go about attacking bears without drawing attention to themselves? Indeed. Nevertheless, I believe the window could be the point from which the needle capsule was locked. As well as the plaza where the mother's Charlie was discovered. Mm. Okay. So it's time to start putting the pieces together then. So we got 9 clues to work with. designers that display the culprits here. All right. Extra stuff. Look at him. Someone acting in anger against us. Someone familiar with the past. There's quite a lot of information. These are those. Just for friends in the chats. To the balcony onto the stone steps. Adios, tourism. these battles. It's just sort of like she was told because she was at this. So, sort of battles. That would be the most obvious one, but I'm still puzzled. So the battles are already closed for you. Somebody check for weapons. Wouldn't be allowed anyone else inside. Unless the weapons are already here. Phoenix and smugglers find one of the weapons recycled. So comfortable on they were represented in the law. Or the fake hands to find who's responsible. It's just the first step. Okay. Do not be afraid to dirty my rank because we've already got. Set the lights for the widows above. Their noise. Consume lights from the moon of the body inside. Lamia should say she was what else she was posted as the woman's century over the entrance. She was quite obsessed with the comfort of his guests, even when the security they faltered. Sorts of dozens of people would pass by tonight. Sands out no blood from the repressive feelings. See it work by no back. Just as some all dragons webs were practiced and training. Among the many talents enjoyed by dragons. The steps in the door were slightly unequal. Under the revolution, the fortress was converted to a employed by other senses. So coming from the floors. Our generators are on the outskirts. District used to pollution. Units were buried in the ground to carry the power to the palace in the different parts of the district. Was working in the doors were locked electronic. Difficult some dark red soldiers blood, wine, the fresh smell of it. The lit party was allowed to blood, certainly toss out the sun open windows on the sun. Look off his skin was. Once more. Remains of alcohol. Since alcohol too, you tell how intoxicated someone is just by sticking. Not exactly. Alcohol tolerance is a different mechanism. The alcohol itself is the poison that I'm sensitive to. Mm. What glasses? Expand your influence. You see with your other alien nations. Let's say cancerous. Still with the sense of it is slightly sort of similar. Definitely. Killed her instantly. I think one thing bothers me what it is. This was an attack on the methods. Falling backwards against the door itself. Then the back. Look at the front. The victim's death was caused by timing was important. Look. Flavio's stationed on the balcony with a plastic key. Found an opportunity Rumor made a rush driving about a line of sight of the right window. During the Poisonville project time of July Roasters now. Roasters. Conscious for an instant, lost balance as she fell over the edges. The fatal and the poison caps were dislodged from her neck, but the air trembled while the attack Russ tried it out of their way, likely until they could do something involving hitting the tower. Against schedule. I believe the killer chose a time when many eyes were in the Chancellor's meetings. Our killer is skillful. Knowing where the violence lay out, and is really an unusual silent weapon that was smuggled from the inside. Ferris fell after being silently shot with a poison projectile as a part of a gay raiders scheme against the government. Mr. Knox, we have no way. That I cannot go in yet. However, the culprit does have an agenda. Must shut them. He isn't going to like that. You may be right that, though. The view of the guests is at risk. Let's not waste any more time. You should report your findings to the Chancellor's office. They will decide from there. Rivulet Palace, Chancellor's office, after investigating. Enter Morris, Enforcer Nazi. Ready for your report? We believe Mr. Laviosa fell to her death. However, there is compelling evidence that this was no mere accident. It's true. I observed the investigation myself. May wish to consider a mass search of the guests and staff. Mass search. There are dozens of guests here. That could take the rest. No other incidents to report. Well, no, not yet. I will not have our celebration disrupted, nor our guests antagonized. This was an isolated incident. Understood? I expected. Morris, we'll move the body out of view of the plaza. We shall deal with it properly once the guests. All eyes will be on the plaza and courtyard for the fireworks display coming up just before midnight. Must be out of the way before then. Any questions? Permission. I would like to continue my investigation. And they have a bigger plot than keep things quiet. And if anyone does ask, say that Ferris was feeling unwell around 3. In the meantime, not sleep. I want you to interrogate the prisoners in the barracks below. There's some criminal plot, as you put it, and one of them could be responsible. Trying to finish before the fireworks. We'll be turning out the lights for this show. So your schedule around there. That's what mechanically locked. So take my key with me and meet it. I will join you there. That's your key. That's your key that unlocks your business. I'll make another speech from the stairs to keep the crowd distracted while you sort out this mess. I'll join you, Chess. I can keep eyes on the crowd of the giant spider anything down the ordinary. Nuts. Consider this a temporary reinstatement to the Blood Star access to the part of the palace and permission to question this. Of course, thank you, Chancellor. Benoit, let's clear off the upper floor so I can adjust the fire-goers once more. Do you suspect anyone yet? I suspect everyone at present. Oh, I see. Part of the job. Tell me, do you know Mr. Arnold very well? He seems quite close to your father. not outside of her professional capacity. Suspect he knows more than he lets on. Possibly, Morris is disconnected from the palace staff. Other things follow. That's a good time to pray. Morris, I must ask a personal question. Why were you not considered for a Platinum Star of Succession? Father has his work life and his family life. Two have little overlap, I should admit. But the Chancellor's proud father was the previous Chancellor. Did he refuse the offer of a Platinum Star? I was never considered. Whatever it is I did or did not do, it wasn't enough. It is ultimately the Chancellor's decision. I should go move the body now. Be careful in the barrows. Many of the current residents were put there by you. You reach the barrows to the banquet hall. There's a door in the far corner. That key will unlock it. The barrows is one long hallway, horseshoe shaped, with cells along the inside. It used to be a dungeon, after all. Be careful, detective. This party, all the platinum stars in one place. It's possible someone wants to send the leadership a message. Could Morris be involved? His lack of devotion to the nation has already been exposed once. I should stay on my guard. To the barrows, then. It's possible an inmate could be staging an escape. Oyster's death was part of the scheme. I should also interrogate this spy if I have time. They're even still alive, that is. Hmm. The barrows below the Chancellor's palace. It's following the barrows. I've never actually seen the interior before. Quiet. Electric lighting. Poor ventilation. Warden, what's all this commotion coming from upstairs? Ah, there must be Jubilee Week. Hmm? Who are you? Uh, what do you want? Come to gloat perhaps. The Chancellor has asked you questions concerning matters within the palace. How vague. I would expect nothing less. Go ahead. Ask away. I have nothing else to lose now. You seem to hear the noise of the party through the walls. Have you seen or heard anything unusual? Usual how? Loud? Nearby? Incomprehensible? Be more specific. Attack was carried out in your silence. Nobody upstairs noticed loud hallucinations. Did anyone pass through here that looked out of place? Perhaps one of the party guests? Other than yourself? No, I can't recall anyone present. All of you. Are you looking for a lost guest? Possibly. Did any of the other captains perhaps escape from their holding cells? Go up to some. Do hurry, though. Lights out is at midnight. That is when the electric lights are shut off. That's right. The fireworks shut. Again, but midnight is not. They must shut down the power generator each night. I need some medical advice. A possible poisoning case. If I describe the symptoms, could you identify the toxin used? Aren't you the poison expert? He asked the dragon. Normally, yes, but I was either unable to locate any traces, or it is something artificial that my magic cannot sense. I'll try. Go ahead. Thank you, Doctor. It was a liquid material injected hypodermically. It caused immediate disorientation. Sort of disorientation. nausea, loss of balance. Both, yes. Unfortunately, the patient did not reveal anything else beyond that. Without testing materials, it could be several things. I take the dosage. Not exactly. That's what it's the lab. Thomas Watson. I got a fiction. Well, I wish Alfred might become. You do? Still a toddler, Mr. Watson. Drop the skepticism and allow me to make amends my own way. Maybe tell you the truth. I should take care of that to the time. White coat. Tell me directly. I need to not be quite a fool. Try to implicate an officer with a formula the Foxborough children off to their final destination. It's novels, but no matter. They are long gone by now, and I have not breathed a word of it to you. Is this the truth? I swear. Why? Someone else involved in the slums could not sneaking a note into my pocket with Susan. I'm just showing the fates of my own sins. I'm glad we have an understanding. That's all for now. I shall leave you in peace. This sounds what? The track one of these chances of getting dead to stay and serve under the flag of Riptide. You're little more than a useful tool for the chance of death. Captured, ground up, and one day disposed of. The people of Rivulet need my help now more than ever. That is why I choose to stay behind. Tell yourself that, as I did for the past 40 odd years. And just look at where they got me. One short nuts. I'll just sit up. Easy now. I'm not here for a fight. I'm just here for an investigation. And I could use your assistance. Can I help? After I followed something like this. Lord, come, hurry then, before it's time for lights up. How is your rehabilitation? Are you being treated well? You are still going to ask. Regards the staff. They are kind to this mademoiselle. It is almost relaxing. Relaxing? Oh yes. You even tried to check up to your professional vibes. Yes. It was so good. So brings me some blood sometimes, like to draw what I do. Your Villet values loyalty to the bunch. The only truly unforgivable crime is treason. Notice anyone pass through the light native of the law, a party guest, or a staff member you've never seen. Not that I recall. One, two, something afoot. I'm just doing my due diligence. The Chancellor has asked me to check on everyone in the barrels. Ooh, the Chancellor. An nasty man. I do not like him. Again, different guests, so nothing out of the ordinary. No, the someone were to pass through. Surely you would all notice it is one long hall that leads to Palace. Yes, and I have the key to the only door. I'm just making sure that this hall is connected this up. The door? Ain't quite sure of that much. There's another door! Not in regular place. I have some thoughts of wish for you to even if there's a second entrance to the Barrows, how useful would that be? Where would another exit lead to? You are a professional safety inspector with an eye for detail. What have you noticed about us? How exciting. I've been waiting to discuss all the little things I've noticed with another intellectual. I had no idea the palace was so interesting. The palace itself is quite old, built of quarried stone, no? The foundational walls really show themselves. Is there a danger of collapse? Oh no, not far away from the lifetime step. There's little things. For instance, the dish electrical light. With a joint in the structure of the walls, cables will run radiant with space that engineers could find. It is not a building designed for such technology. But the engineers have to do what they could to use the chainsaw. Can these openings be used to slip through the palace of purpose? Fascinating. Access tunnels to allow maintenance. Ooh, they would be getting away for safety's sake, you know? Possibly. So that's our culprit. With my channel. Face using these words to advantage. And very helpful. I'll leave you to the drawing room. There's nothing happening tonight. I cannot say for certain. It is a capital headquarters though, so I am being more cautious. Let me help you, eh? Gaps in the walls, unusual drafts, places where the cables run. See that up. Looks like to the right of one. Looks like it should be places. I have a map of the palace interior. They mark point pictures. You what, Monsieur? I hope this is data the map of the Chancellor's palace. Thank you. Yeah, you will return. How is Monsieur under? Is he well? He is still picking up the pieces. He's doing better. He's in attendance tonight with Lord Thornrock. Good. If you could convince someone else with a good luck to consult, you must stay. Please, no matter what. You're here. I thought I heard your bell rasp echoing down the hall. What do you want? Ah, Davy. See, you got it. Tell me about it yourself. Do you have a moment to tell me? I got all the time in the world to tell you. The message is everybody. You pass your siblings. Yeah, you let a dragon in your home, you have to watch the whole thing burn. Trying to be silver, Mr. Cantal. Nothing twisted. My family's better off far away from me. The breaking guys. These were statistics of my interrogation. Still be sore about my underhand attempt. Anything unusual from any of the staff guests tonight? Perhaps someone who's seen that afraid. Why? Is the Chancellor's party getting out of hand? Not yet. It's a scenario I'm trying to force to investigate the palace function. Not whatever security. No, something else. It is serious. Trouble in the palace walls. I may be getting my wish after all. He's blinded by his desires to reveal her. Davy, and what your scheme for. Everyone dream of a better life at all times. Even the lion atop the hill dreams of something more. To it all again. We'll let you trick me into another treatment charge. The other captains, Davy seems to treat me. You appear to be last in line. Suppose I should forward the party. Another, you know. spy. They must still be alive. It was late last night, past lights out. Everyone else was asleep. I heard them dragging someone down the hall. But yours is the last cell in the hall. Was there something through the door on the end? There has to be. I thought it was just for storage, but there must be another cell in there. Go have a look, eh? None of the prisoners seem capable or interested in another murder plot. Time to confront the spy and get some answers. More electric lighting, but no sentry station here. This room feels quite secluded from the rest. It can't be! Detective, don't just stare. Help me out of this thing. Detective Silverton, why are you here? I was investigating this basement. The door sprang shut. I can't get it open again. A little help, perhaps? Detective? Not possible. I was led to believe that the spy was locked up down here. But Silverton, I can't believe it. I should be cautious, just in case. And Silverton isn't going anywhere until he gives me some answers. I cannot release you just yet. There's something I need to know. Guys, what making around? Say that before you get there. It's comfortable until I get you're such serious. Something happened that has me on there. I feel like you come off there. Oh, last week. Oh, last week. Okay.
Here it is.
Okay. Silverton. I found this note in my pocket at the end of last week after we met at the Fettiford estate. Ah, and you kept it. I hope it didn't cause you too much stress, but it is something we must discuss in private. Well, we're in private now. Let's discuss. Why are you attempting to blackmail me? Blackmail you? Detective, please. I merely wish to grab your attention with dramatic flair. It's serious. Who else have you told about my presence at the ship? You misunderstand. The author of this note is not me. No, it was delivered to me. Don't understand what is going on. Now, detective, like I said, if you don't want to get attention, that is on your behalf. Sent to Asher's. I see question. Said Fettiford Manor, or you will be exploded. I see. You were the target of blackmail. You've become embroiled like the mess it seems. Indeed, it was a mess. Again. Well, detective, settle and come or say so to. Alright. I need to know more about the nature of this device. I can't help you if you're keeping secrets from me. The thing is, I fulfilled my part of the deal. I do not have the device, so there's no concern. I involved in this unnecessary, unless we're trying to retrieve the device. No. The device is disposable, but it containers in our hands. That is not my concern. If I need your help, that's to do with the shipment. That's not threat. Help escaping. Fortunately, there is something more important. Submissions. You are being vague about its form and function. We know why now. In fact, I may have had a close brush with it.
Explain this.
While investigating tonight, I came across a most curious bauble. It appears to be made of material I've never seen. Here, be careful. The point is sharp. Does this look familiar to you, Silverton? You say you found this while investigating. I can smell blood on it. I take it that it's not your blood, Detective. No, it isn't. This projectile was used recently against someone, and unless this object was designed to be thrown awkwardly, no, it's a projectile. Well, half of one anyway. It is indeed launched by the device in question. So it's a weapon meant for delivering poisonous payloads silently and from a distance. And it belongs to you. It did once. Now, it's been stolen from you, and you'll never be able to recover it without my help, Detective. Come, release me, and I'll help you track it down before somebody else gets it. It's guilty. Silverton was carrying this weapon every time he attacked. Perhaps you don't trust him. Why the hesitation? Stick together, after all. That stick to is just. What are you talking about? Do a favor for a friend. Let's dig deeper. Silverton's weapon. Or likely one of the things. Oh, the light's getting through on the curtains. Hold on. I'll be right back. Same person. Like it or not, you are directly involved in the scheme happening in the palace. A scheme that's taken one life already. Are you sure? The knockout drug was formulated to be non-lethal. You don't plan to indict me in this death somehow? That is, the Chancellor wants to name a culprit. But so far, you are my top suspect. You can't suspect me, can you? I've been trapped here for much of the evening. I could possibly be involved. But if you let me out of here, we find your culprit and retrieve my weapon together. What do you say? I see. Presence here. Stop your retaliation. You need to hear anything. I need any details you could possibly remember. This is important. What's your take? Action here.
I've got you now.
Leaving long. I've been warned repeatedly about a spy. The whole palace is on high alert. It's you, isn't it? Skulking about the shipyard, this no-threatening exposure, a silent weapon made of material not known to Rivulet. Even careless infiltrating the palace district. That's when Enforcer Pelage captured you and put you here. You were an enemy of the state, and even talking to you reads Zyriska treason charge. That's why I can't let you go. Nothing. Now you choose to be silent? Was that part of your training too? Oh, oh, nice. Let's see. I need your help. I just want to help you. Help you? You are an enemy agent. How many of my countrymen have you slain? None. It's the weapon. It is entirely non-lethal when used correctly. Please, you have to believe me. But you admit to wielding it against Rivulians, and you've been using me all this time as well. I was here to observe, not to kill anyone. Though I confess your presence made my job easier. Who are you, really? I did not lie to you. I am Asher Silverton, and I am the officer of the Fellfather Empire. Go ahead. Ask anything you want to know. I am your prisoner. What are you doing in Rivulet? And how did you come to this country without being noticed? The shipyard, naturally. The morning we met, you had those children along with you. So, you stowed away on the vessel from Stowaway? That's right. I made my move at dawn, as soon as it finished loading. The plan was to go to live in the capital. I knocked out a pair of guards. I was preparing another shot meant for you until I saw the children with you. The device, that must be related to the incident that Morris was sent to investigate. The guards were unconscious. That means the blackmail. What you did at the shipyard, someone else did see you, and they knew how to find you. I don't know I was caught so quickly. Someone else who was rather skilled in espionage. I rented an apartment for my stay. Something's wrong here. Let's see. Dad came in for a second. I rented an apartment for my stay. The scope was slid underneath my door one morning last week. What is it you intended to observe? Rivulet is a locked box. An utter mystery to the rest of the world. A fascination to some, including the superiors. The main good we export to the world is coal. Everything else we use and reuse internally forever. My task was to estimate the nation state's level of technology compared to the empires. Nothing more. Why is the empire concerned with something like that? Detective, do you know why this war has lasted so long? The revolution was 50 years ago, yet the fighting continues. The front lines are an excuse to test new weapons and new technology in a combat setting against Rivulet. That way, our military will be better prepared for when an actual threat tries to stand up to the satisfied. Ridiculous. I don't believe it. Your nation has been closed off for decades. Cobblestones still line your streets. You still burn coal in your vehicles. It's like stepping into a nation forever trapped in the past. Even your clothing, your food, your culture. There is a great debate within this empire about whether to recognize your sovereignty and reestablish trade out of pity. Either way, this war won't go on forever. Within the next year, the empire will be able to deploy flying vehicles. Flight against your primitive sticks and stones society. Hubris and national pride can only carry you so far. Why are you telling me this? I could easily go and warn the chancellor about what the army should expect. Our forward momentum will happen regardless. This is your interrogation, detective. Do with it what you will. But if you intend to locate a murderer loose on the palace grounds, I suggest you shut up and listen to every word I have to say. That's right. This doesn't help me with tonight's incident. I should find out more about this weapon that was taken from me. Let's go back to the device. What does it look like? What is it composed of? It's a small bow, wrist-mounted, easy to conceal, and silent in operation. It is made entirely of plastic. Plastic. Another revolution in technology Rivulet does not have. It is a synthetic material made from petroleum. And, of course, that explains how Laviosa missed it in our search. It has no metal components, does it? Correct. For lightness, flexibility, and to avoid attention from the occasional rust track. Impressive. No. It is now responsible for a murder in the palace. But as long as I have the chasms, it is useless. Yes? There are multiple capsules. 7 in total. You have 1, and the thief must still have the remaining 5. That's only 6. Where's the last one? Of course. Is it loaded with poison? It is. I was planning to use it to make my escape from the opportunity. Not against you, of course. You say the toxin is non-lethal. How does it work? It is a special synthetic chemical, meaning that the Gaslit dragons cannot detect it with magic. There is a tiny mechanism that causes the payload to eject the evil tip. Its resistance. When injected, it rapidly causes Leaf to soar and then unconscious. Dosage should be non-fatal to an adult. It mimics the signs of extreme alcohol intoxication. It causes minor memory loss and fake awakens sometime later. Let's see. Your targets are blamed for drinking on the job. And it's like you were never there. Devious. Capsules can formulate, so any kind of liquid poison can be packed inside for injection, which means anyone who figured out how it works can easily convert it into a deadly weapon after all. Detective, here, taking the one I smuggled. May help your investigation. Or you might need it for protection. Caps, You're certain. Say that you confiscate when supports with the people in charge. Now, why were you actually at Vanderbilt? And keep in mind, I do not believe in coincidences. As the second half of the home said, I was to leave the weapon and the man, or else I would risk exposure. Then I spent a couple days watching from the road with my telescope to see who came to pick it up. The same weekend I was there, well, you're the one who denies coincidences. And who finally the truth guys? I never saw them, unfortunately. They must have known I was nearby, so they waited until my attention was elsewhere. Staff visitor, or someone with high enough back training. If you arrived when I was at the shipyard, you've been in a regular life for weeks. What did you do to finally get caught? You took that mountain road from the estate back to the capital to wait until police presence improved from the sea. I knew there was a chance that my blackmailer would escape me. It was better than being questioned on my activities. Unfortunately, I was not aware the Northern District was so heavily guarded. I was spotted walking too close to the palace. That wolf managed to track me down even in the dead of night. He brought me here for questioning. Have you actually been questioned yet? Do they know you're actually a spy? Not yet. Busy with other things, I suppose. You're the only one who's questioning thus far. That's why I slipped the note to you. See if you can work your magic in the ship. Magic, so to speak. I knew my mission was over. It was exposure. In hindsight, I shouldn't have bothered with the weapon. There was plenty to tell you. I had hoped you could help me escape the country, but sure. Instead, do you need anything? Food or water? Kind of you to offer. But I'm fine for now. I imagine whoever is in charge will want to break my spirit. I do not know how our government handles spies. I should instead focus on my current task rather than anything. Anything else that I should know? Wait. Detective. What is it? Here it is again. It feels like a death echo. Just like the first time I met Silverton. Are you dead? Pardon? No, I very much alive. I did die once. Yes, when I was very young. I nearly drowned. In fact, I did drown. I was dead for several minutes, as I recall. It was my own fault. Pale dragon frailty misplaced. The member of the Imperial Army managed to revive. It was at that moment that I became enamored with our military. These people truly could do anything I thought. I could sense the death echo upon me. It must present itself where ancients were strong. Is it a gift or a curse? No such things to tell. I still haven't figured that out. Sometimes it is so difficult being wrong all too often, yet especially what we can do for others. strive to make herself seem and adoration for my country, not like you do. I was born into it, and I've been expected to serve ever since. I tried to break free and to set my own course. Perhaps it was guilt over that which brought me back. Maybe another strive to just know your limit, know when to push that, dare to do what's right. I thought I'd done that once already, removing myself from a hurtful system. I thought that was the same thing as doing good. What's happening? What happened to the lights? It must be lights out. They turn the power off at midnight. That means the fireworks display begins shortly. Midnight? It's nowhere close to midnight. Yeah, is it? You're right. The schedule said the fireworks were at midnight. They would not turn off the power with a house full of guests unless someone else decided to cut the power early. Lavios was killed, and they're familiar with the palace. They could possibly know how to sabotage the generator. And you best hurry upstairs and check on things. Culprit's true plan can get away as we speak. I can't believe I'm saying this. Silverton, you are the only other dragon in the palace. I should help them. Ridiculous detective. Handle this. But release me, knowing I am an alien agent. You'll be sharing a cell with me for months. Also, my blackmailer and her killer are one and the same. Then they already know maybe we're safer still. That way, how about your teacher? Look at this. Oh, Silverton. When this is through, I'll do everything in my power to get you a fair trial. This I promise. Mm, don't let my fate distract you. You've got a job to do. A shame that I'll be miss seeing you in action, though. Go, do what you were meant for before someone else gets hurt. Rivulet Palace, main hall. The entire palace has gone dark. Yes, thank you, everyone. Listen closely. The Chancellor has called for a more intimate experience. Our ancestors did when darkness fell over this magnificent palace each night. We will be handing out candles and lanterns to those who desire them. Please enjoy this very special occasion. Chorus. What is this about? The Chancellor ordered the power cut off at a time like this. Don't be ridiculous. That is a cover story. We don't know what happened to the power. Palestinians are just legitimate candle. New thing. I prefer the numbers. Well, it's not merely the lights. It's all the electricity. Be sure to stay warm. Switch close up. It looks very much like sabotage. Maybe from the prisoners. One of it, yes. None of them are directly responsible. However, the spy had some very useful information. His truth then, Argento as far as he knows, yes. And I learned some potentially valuable information about our capsules. Some sort of spyware. With very small snippets. Well, it's a start. It's supposed to guard the Chancellor's father and Benoit head of that guy. Thank you, Morris. I take it the Chancellor is still uninterested in ending the party, or even mentioning the idea around him. He is already quite agitated by these constant interruptions. And yet he's lost control of the situation before someone else. Once the Junior and otherwise the name on him, I would rely on anything for him. Turn my post. As a palace master, it will open the door. Dogs, what's going on? I've been looking for you everywhere. I had business in the barracks. Oh no, I lost track of our get to the lights. So, don't walk fast. You generate. Look, right? Let it get you. Something must be happening there. Alright, Sam, I thought I was doing alright. Sorry for the that's so that's it. Something happened. That's why I thought the best of this whole place. All at once, though, I'm the manager. Seems like something more serious than that. Think so. Maybe someone ought to get Miss Conrad some shit. Oh, see that crap? Candlelight party. I guess it's kind of romantic. Oh, detective, person. Huh. Something up. Another spy. Sabotage, blackmail. No. I can't let them get involved in this. It's all up to them. Just an extra card. Please enjoy yourselves. Do not worry about so. Stop trying to do with your stuff. Change side to this stuff. Look, and I don't want to go against his wishes. Alright then. Sir, are you okay? I'm fine. Mr. Thornroth. Oh, I didn't know it was you. What are you doing back here? What's the question? Said dark was he hiding something or hiding himself? Don't shine that light on me, Mr. Noxley, where have you been? In the barrels, actually. Where's Mr. Stone? How can you ship? We got separated. I saw a bushy tailed gentleman in a hat. Thought it might be him. But I can move his hat there. So I didn't get back to find. Did you see the last Mr. Half an hour ago? I don't know, you should be working business. Or all the breakfast. I think that's why he wanted to talk to the Chancellor. Now that he mentioned it. Rocky was angry about not being taken seriously as a platinum star. He must have confronted the Chancellor for that. He also has knowledge of coal power generation. Can you give us somehow sabotage the lights? What am I doing? Suspecting it. My job is suspecting. My natural is this report off with fresh daylight to it. Unfortunately, Chancellor's orders will still remain in the detective. Quite scandalous as you can imagine. Oh, why not wait for Rocky to finish his business with Jimmy? Probably still back up himself. Take care of Mr. Off. Yes, you can trust me. Detective, I'm surrounded by people. Despise me. Alone in the dark. This was a mistake. I never should have come here. There's something you wish to confess. Huh? Calm down. It is up to me to do anything on my own. How I wish I could dare choose Thornrock, please. Only one doesn't call me much. Everyone else can tell at a glance that I'm still just a child. I can start now if you like. But actually, for the myself, I felt like I didn't touch nothing. Very strange. Would you like to come and check on the rest of you guys? Join me as your partner. Better than being alone amongst strangers. There's strange business afoot, and I would be glad to assist you, detective. And I will be glad to keep a close eye on you, Thornroth. Okay. All right. 2 hours have passed. It's lunchtime. Dad wants me to get lunch. I told him I'd be getting lunch in 30 minutes. It's getting close to that time. I'm gonna look for someone array. Alright, so I'm gonna race Jammo at 8 o'clock for a Kabuki. So I'll be back here in 4 hours. But for now, we're gonna go in and raid. Zeruvian, it's Pokemon Day. When Crazy shops on the Crystal Full Item Randomizer. So give them your best, and I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.